So I just kind of wanted to show this kind of thing. I know that some people have said about, you know, giving certain things time to catch up and bits and pieces like that, and, you know, where will Quad Cortex be in 1 or 2 years or whatever, and I think that's sort of valid, but it's also, I think, fair to say that both Fractal and Line 6 are not sitting on their thumbs. So if we just go into like compressors, so there's 12 compressors there. Drives, there are 56 different drives, and here's where things really start to stand out. You've got a really wild amount of amps to choose from, and these aren't, you know, dodgy models or anything. They're really incredible modeling. I think everyone agrees with that. The Fractal stuff, the modeling of their amps is really top tier. So we've got 283 amps to choose from, so that's kind of cool. Cab choices, I'm going to guess you already know about that, but there's thousands of cab or IRs to choose from in there. The delays, we've got 19 different emulations there on that particular block, but we can also load a Plex delay block, if I find that here. And these are even more incredible delay and reverb algorithms. I think some of the really the finest, I think, that exist in the world. Plex delay, Plex detune, Plex shift, that does like octaves, and you've got 8 delay lines. I've done videos on the Plex delay and Plex reverb if you want to check that out. Really awesome stuff. What else have we got? So choruses, we got 17 different choruses. Reverbs, the reverbs and the Fractal stuff I really love. We've got 52 different types there as well, including some really incredible cloud reverbs. The Nimbus Stratus, I think, is incredible. This depth of effects seems to go basically throughout most of the models and stuff. So, you know, wah pedals, you've got 8 to choose from. There's really very little that is missing from the Fractal stuff, and there's very little that is missing from the Line 6 stuff. Aside from things like, I think there's a lack of touch sensitive wah pedals in the Fractal stuff, which is something I need to look into. And I think the other thing that is missing is the clon. I don't think there's a clon pedal in the Fractal stuff. But aside from that, there really, to me, don't seem to be any blind spots at all. Whereas in the competition, generally, you'll find there are a few kind of little blind spots or little areas. So for instance, the Quad Cortex at the moment only has 1 fuzz pedal, or the Kemper, for instance. Some of the drives included in that are a little bit limited, except for the Kemper drive, which is the latest one, is really kind of good quality. I know some people don't particularly dig some of the older drive models. There's no real blind spot in that same kind of way with the Fractal stuff, and I feel like that's what some people don't necessarily realise when they say about things blowing other things out of the water or whatever. The competition does really kind of have a pretty fleshed out product. Anyway, so I was just playing the AxeFreeze 3 today, and I thought, well, that does sound quite good, I thought. Anyway, so that's that. For ambient effects and delays and reverbs, I don't think you can really do better than the AxeFreeze 3 if that's what you're into. Of course, it is expensive. The other really cool thing about it, I guess, is that the foot switching of it is really flexible. I think also they've made really good improvements on the UI since the ones before the color screens. So although it's, you know, it's not necessarily as intuitive as a Helix or as the Quad Cortex, it really is a step up from where it was before. And of course the PC editor, it's great. I don't know, what am I talking about? That's the AxeFreeze 3. Cheers.